Hello everyone, breaking headline parody story report entertainment show. Randy Couture, kickboxing world champion, who is 47 years old now, fought James Toney, Lights Out Toney, James Lights Out Toney, in a kickboxing match. And James Toney weighed in at 237 pounds. And Randy Couture weighed in at 220 pounds. And the bell opened and Randy Couture come out and kicked his feet out from underneath Randy Couture, and he fell like a bowling pin. Randy Couture jumped on him like a steak on shit and just started punching him in the head. Like 20, 30 punches to the head. And James Toney, the man he is, he could take the punches to the head. I've got to break away just for a second. I'm going to continue this story, but I've got to tell you my disclaimer. Nothing personal, but I've got to tell you my disclaimer before I continue. Some of the names have been changed to protect the innocent, and some of the pictures have been changed to protect the innocent and the guilty. And everything in my parody report entertainment show is a parody. Don't take anything I say seriously. Don't take anything I say personal. Don't try anything I say at home. If you do, check with your attorney first, and then still don't do it. I'm a professional. No amateur should ever try anything I say. If you disagree with my disclaimer, get your happy ass off my channel immediately. I don't want you to hear a thing I gotta say. Okay, and now I want to get back to this Randy Couture. He got James Toney on the, he kicked his feet out from underneath him, and he fell like a bowling pin. He just started punching him. He looked in his face like he was out of gas, that he just didn't have anything left in him. I don't know, he might have could have went a few rounds further, I'm not sure. But he grabbed James Toney around the neck, and he started squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. I thought he had run out of gas, but all of a sudden James Toney starts tapping like this. So it was remarkable the way he defeated James Toney. He was a 3-time world boxing champion, but he stepped over into kickboxing. And Randy Couture said that, you know, a lot of boxers have stepped over from boxing. They think that if they step over from boxing that they can become a kickboxer, but he said it's a lot more goes into kickboxing, that he knows arm bar and how to, you know, put a sleeper hold on somebody and stuff like that. They know a lot more. But he said a lot of boxers have come over from the boxing ring to the kickboxing, but they generally don't do that well. They think that, like, if they're a boxer, they can, you know, do that, but it's a whole different world. I believe from what I've seen Randy Couture do to James Lights Out Toney, that he's probably right. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to this story. It's a real entertaining story, but I've got to tell you just a little bit more about myself. I'm Rodney Dangerfield's cousin, and you know my cousin, he don't get no respect, and it seemed like after he died, the monkey jumped on my back about 3 times as bad. Everywhere I go, I don't get no respect. I took my wife to a dude ranch. She left me for a black dude. My wife turned gay on me, and one day my wife and I was fixing to make love, and she was on the bed naked, like in a figure-4 position. And you know, she was naked, and I said, honey, what's wrong? You can't think of anyone to fantasize who you had sex with while we make love? She said, no. I said, hell with it, neither can I. And so we didn't even make love that day. And people ask me, why would your wife leave you for a black dude? I go, well, I guess she wanted to get back with her own color. But my wife, she was a bully. She was always bullying me. She didn't want me to say, you're president, y'all, us, them, dude, buddy, boy, roadie, dude, burnt toast, milk of magnesia, watermelon, cantaloupe. It's about 300 words. Every time I'd say something, she'd say, you disrespecting, you violating, you abusing, you racist. But yet she would call her bosom buddies, you know, the racial slur that they call each other. I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to use the word nickel. But she would say, my nickel, my nickel, my nickel, my nickel. She'd go to sleep going, my nickel, my nickel, my nickel, my nickel. And she would call them my nickel, and she would call her black bosom buddies dog, shit bag, shit head, shit dog, punk bitch, nappy headed fool, nappy headed hoe. And I'd say, well, you always say I'm disrespecting. What's your problem? You always calling your bosom buddies out of their name, like the names I just told you. She said, that's a black thing. We can do that. And I said, look, I'm sick and tired of your nickel shit. I can't take it anymore. I said, who appointed you as an authority over me to forbid me to say all these words? She said, myself. I said, I tell you what, fuck you and your whole goddamn nickel shit family. I'm sick of you. Get your happy ass back to the project. And we got a divorce. I couldn't take that nickel shit she was spewing out. She kept spewing that goddamn nickel shit. I couldn't take it, but she's not the only one. There's a lot of other black people spew that nickel shit out. I can't take it. But anyways, we got a divorce. And I went on the internet to freepornphonesex.com. All it is a recording of a girl. She'll say, hey, lover boy, I'm having a party in my mouth. Would you like to come? She'll say, if we was alone together, I'd fantasize having sex with you. You can go in the front door, back door, side door. I don't care. I love it all. It got my ding-a-ling excited. I called live service. She said my voice was too ugly for her to talk to over the telephone. So I went to another website to generate some money called freebuyselltradeanything.com. My brother bought a 55 Chevy back in 1955 for $1,850. He gave it to me, and I drove it for 10 years. They'd been setting up on the family farm for over 20 years. And then I put it on there on freebuyselltradeanything.com, and I sold it for $3,000. And then after my wife and I got a divorce, I put an ad on the personal section that I was looking for a young Caucasian girl to go to church with me and pray with me, go to dinner, movies and stuff like that. And a young Caucasian white girl answered the ad. She's 21 years of age. She weighs 105 pounds. Her legs are real flexible. I can bend them back like a frog's legs. And she wants me to get her pregnant. She's never had a baby before. And we make love 3 or 4 times a day. And our love life is great. She's always saying, do you love me anymore? Where are you going? When you coming back? And, you know, everything's going good. She don't care if I say, sweetie, honey, dear, baby, you people, y'all, us, them, dude, watermelon, cantaloupe. She don't care. She shouldn't care. That's just a nutty thing that some black people think. I think they're nuts. The ones that think that way, the ones that feel like all white people should have the same rights as black people, I commend you. You're an impeccable person. You should be commended if you feel like white people should have as much rights, and you shouldn't bully white people if you feel like you should bully white people and rub their noses in nickel shit. I say to you, fuck you and kiss my ass. Sick of your nickel shit. Okay, that's my show. If you got any criticism, type it in below or comments.